Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. So, can you introduce yourself to my viewers?
Hey, I'm Anthony. I've been studying with Mr. Anil for over a year and I've been learning a lot of new math skills and tricks.
That's great. And how about you, Anne?
My name is Ant Thomas. I've been studying with Sir for a year and I'm in grade 7.
Great. So, today, what will you like to explore?
We can focus on addition and subtraction since we're doing that in school.
Great. So, we'll do addition and subtraction in a very different way, as Kaprekar would have taught his students. So, I'm going to share with you a whiteboard and we'll do addition and subtraction and see the fun of addition and subtraction Kaprekar's way. Kaprekar made math extremely interesting. Even this simple operation of addition and subtraction. See the fun of it. At the end of the class, I'm just sharing with you what my students enjoyed, a glimpse of the view from them, and then we'll continue with the class. Tell me, how did you find this exercise of finding the greatest number, lowest number, adding, subtracting, and things like this?
I found this really interesting for many reasons. One, because this kind of topic, they don't teach it in school. So if they did, I feel like students would become more engaged. Like as a younger student, they would like start calculating, okay, this number would equal this. Okay, then they would start to be like, okay, this is like so interesting. Also, in addition, this would have probably never been taught for me in school
Yeah.
as I'm learning. The only thing they teach in school is okay, addition and subtraction. This is how you add, this is how you subtract, borrow, regroup.
I love that spirit. So, the whole idea of doing all these exercises is to get that spirit of math and to enjoy it and to wonder. And that's what you have gained, and I'm so happy about it. And I feel that if such things are introduced in school, the students will really be inspired by math. And that's the whole objective, inspired by math and by the mathematicians, great mathematicians like D.R. Kaprekar.
Exactly, because like many students, they find math as something that's not really like their favorite.
Yeah,
But if they did include like these stories about people who have actually created this, because I feel like people should know about him because he's
yes,
so great,
yes.
right? So they should know about him and then they'll find math more interesting and like be more engaged in it.
So that was a very wonderful summary by Anne. And now let's begin investigating how do we subtract 3 and 4 digit numbers. Right? These are the strategies and techniques which are overlooked and not being taught at schools. So there'll be additional learning for you. Okay. So what we are going to do today is we'll start with very simple. We'll keep it simple. We'll start with any three-digit number where the three digits are different. Okay. So just tell me any three digits.
123.
996.
Okay. Okay. So let's take nine. Okay, 123 we'll start with, then we'll take the next one, right? 123. So these are the three digits. Now, what we need to do here is we write the maximum, the greatest which you can make from 123, and the lowest number from 123. So, what is the highest number from these digits?
321.
And the lowest? 120,
Uh, one.
right?
Wait.
Reverse. So, once
Oh
you
yeah.
make that, then we subtract one from the other. So, can you subtract and tell me what do you get now?
10 minus 3. 2 would
So, we'll do one by one. So, you borrow one, 11 take away 3
be.
is 8, right? And then this is 1, 11 take
Oh,
away 2 is 9, and here 2 take away 1 is 1. You get 190,
1.
right? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Let's follow this process once again. And 198, what is the greatest number you can make out of this?
981.
And the lowest?
189.
And when you subtract, what do you get?
Wait, I got it.
So
Is it
2
792?
and 8, 792. Let's follow this process, correct?
Yeah,
So
let's follow it.
792, what two numbers? Greatest and lowest?
I got one.
9, 7,
200. The
and
lowest number is 279.
subtract. What do you get?
972. That would get. Is
Till
it
the point.
693?
Okay, so when you take away from 12, 986, 693. So let's get to 693 and follow this procedure. So 693, highest number is 963, correct? And the lowest?
Yeah. 369.
Okay, 369. The internet is not quite good, so the numbers don't look so nice here. Okay,
You
great.
need my help drawing it?
No, no problem. No problem. No, it's the internet problem. Okay, so when you subtract, what do you get?
Uh, is it 594?
594, right? 594. Let's do it. Continue this process. What do you get? 594. Highest is 950.
That's about 954, right?
And the lowest,
It's 459.
subtract. What do you get?
495?
Now with 495, let's do it again.
Okay. 9.
954 and 459.
Is it 495?
Again, right? Do you
I'm
see?
good.
We land up with 495. Now, if you continue this process, always what you get is 495. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So it is, we started with 123. It just took a
Wow.
lot of time. So, how many
Like,
iterations? This process is called iterative process, repeatedly doing an operation. And and can you tell me the steps which we did?
So we took a number and
Right.
then we took the highest number. So for example, 123, we used those numbers and we made it into like the biggest number that we could possibly make, which
Yeah.
is 321. And then
Right.
made the lowest possible like number that we could make with these digits, which is 123. We
Mm.
subtracted them and got 198. And then the it
Process is repeated. So this repeating of the process called iterative process. But well, in this case, we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. In fact, 4 steps because 495 came 495. So we did it in 4 steps, right? Now let's take another number, any number, but important thing is at least two should be different. Yeah? We cannot take 111 because 111 will give me 000, right? So it doesn't, yeah, that is there. So that is the only restriction. So any number. Now, Anthony, you can take the number. Tell me.
989.
989. So
Is that good?
989, write down, yeah, any two different numbers. So that works. But it's going to be very interesting. So 989 can be written as
I
highest.
want it to be interesting, that's why.
Yeah, that's very good. So 998 and 899.
9.
Subtract. What do you get?
Got it. 998. Is it 99?
99. Now, with 99, we'll make the numbers as 990, which is the greatest, and 099 as the other, right? Let's see what do we get. Subtract. 10 take away 9 is 1. Borrow 8. 891, correct?
yes.
Let's repeat this process. It's a fun exercise. 981 and 189. Do it. What do you get? 792, correct?
Yes.
With 792, we get 972 and 279. Let's subtract. What do we get? 693, right?
And then 963 minus 369.
Correct. So do it.
I get 594.
So we are close to our answer, 594. And with 594, you know what we get. 954, 459. Correct?
Yes.
And that is, tell me. 495. So once again, we reach the same magic number, 495. Do you see that?
Yeah.
It
It's like a
might take few iterations to do it, but always we reach at one number, which is 495. Right?
yeah.
Great. So that is the greatness of discovery of Kaprekar. He just worked with these numbers and figured it out. How do you find this exercise?
It's shocking because like the previous number, which is like completely different from the number 1989,
Yeah, yeah,
123 is completely different from 989, yet
yeah.
same number in the end as 495.
It's cool, real cool. Like if you find like it hard to do subtraction, this would be a good way to do it because then like you're at least, learning something new. And also if you want to learn something new that doesn't require a lot of work, you should try this because it doesn't even take a lot of time to learn. I even learned it just now.
Great. So, how about changing to four-digit numbers? So, you learn three-digit, and what we notice is that whether you start with 123 or 998, you land up at 495, right? So,
Yeah.
495 was our magic number, where we land up after doing all this subtraction, which the process is find the greatest number, lowest number, subtract, and continue. Right. Now, that's the interesting part. And now let's see if it also works for four-digit numbers. So tell me, any four-digit number.
Okay, this is completely
Yeah.
random. 2012.
Okay. So let's rewrite this as greatest and the lowest. What do you get?
So the greatest number that I get would be 2,210,
Hmm.
and the lowest number that I would get is um 122.
Correct. Subtract. What do you get?
I get 2,088.
2088.
88.
Let's do it again. So highest and lowest.
So the highest you get is 8,820, and the lowest that you would get is 288.
So let me rewrite this. Perfect. Subtract. What do you get?
I get 8,532.
Repeat it.
So the biggest number that I can make from this is 8,532, and the lowest number that I could get is 2,358.
Correct. Subtract.
I get 6,174.
Redo the same operation. Repeat it.
So the biggest number that I can make is 7,641, and the lowest number that I can make is 1,467.
So you got 6174. So from that we get 7641 and 1467. Correct?
I just realized something.
Yeah.
Answer for 8,532 minus 2,358, the previous thing, the answer for that is 6,174. And the one that we did just now, the answer for that is also was 6,174.
Yeah, let's do it, right? So
The
one four
magic
six seven
number is
is again
6,000.
61774, right?
Yeah.
Do you see that? So we land up at 6174 with four-digit numbers. And in how many
So
options?
basically, I have a
One,
question.
two, three, fourth step, right? Yeah, what is your
So
question?
so basically, if we subtract a number and like the number keeps repeating, is that the answer or?
Always, you see 6174, if you keep doing it, you get 6174. So
Oh,
in just third step, we got 6174 and it repeats. And this number 6174 is called Kaprekars constant. 2012, the digits which you took for a four-digit number was excellent. And this is least number of steps which it is going to take for any four-digit number to get to 6174. Three.
Wow.
Yes, that was a fantastic number which you took.
That
Okay.
was completely random.
So yeah, normally it takes 3 to 7 steps. So seven
Oh,
is maximum number of steps. Let's try another number. Yes, Anthony, can you tell me any number?
nah. 1,050. 1,050.
1050 you want.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So 1050, let's write down the two numbers and do our math. So repeat the process, please. So you get
uh,
5,
Highest number
1,
is
0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 5. Subtract.
5,100 minus 15.
Yeah.
Is it 5,085?
Now do it again.
Okay. Well, the number is increasing.
8, 5. So it swings widely. Okay, we'll just understand that process also. What is happening here? So what do you observe what is happening here? It's a
The
wild
number in
swing. Subtract 8550, 0558. What do you get?
is 7,992.
Okay, let's do it. Next step, please.
We would do 9,972 minus uh 2,000 2,799.
Correct. Subtract. What do you get?
That would get me 7,173.
Wait.
I feel like we're getting closer to our number because the previous number is like kind of close to this one, but I feel closer.
Correct. Let's redo.
So the next biggest number that we could get is 7,731, and the lowest number that we could get is 1,377.
Subtract.
I get 6,354.
Okay. Next set.
So the biggest number that we can make from this is 6,543, and the lowest number that we can make is 3,456.
Subtract.
I get 3,087.
Correct.
Okay, now I feel like we've
Repeat.
just parted ways from this number.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes 7 steps. Our first number took 3. That was amazing.
Yeah. So let's continue. The
Yeah.
biggest number that we can make from this would be 8,730. When I subtract them, I get 8,352.
So it's taking many more steps, right? Okay. So 8, 5, 3, 2. But you wanted to do addition subtraction. What is better than this, right? This is probably the best.
Yeah. 2, 3, 5, 8. So when you so you subtract them?
Yeah, subtract.
Okay. So 8,300, no, sorry, 8,500. Okay, I mean,
32. Take away 2, 3, 5, 8. What do you get?
so 8,532 minus 2,358 gives me 6,174. I just realized that. We got our number.
You got your number. And if you continue with 6174, you will get 6174. Amazing exercise.
I'm blown.
So
Got your number finally.
that is what
We
happens, right?
finally got our number.
What
Perfect.
about a 5-digit number? Is there a different number?
No. So this trick only works with 3 and 4 digit numbers. So they have tried with many other digits. They don't crystallize to a number as we have seen here. So Kaprekar worked a lot with these numbers, and 6174 is attributed to him as Kaprekar's constant. So when American scientists found this, then he shared this with the world, and then Kaprekar actually got fame, and from there onwards, he got name in the world of mathematics.
So then I assume that 495 is also his number?
Yeah, 495 was a derivation because when you tried with 3 digit numbers, you came to 495, right? But the whole credit of coming up for the first time that when you take a number and subtract the lowest from the highest and continue this process, you land up at a particular number. This was discovered by Kaprekar with 4 digits, and therefore 6174 is known as his 4 digit number, and 495, the other number, which we just found for 3 digits, is kind of a derived application, right? And
Yeah.
working with other digits, you do not crystallize to any particular number. It could be any random thing. You get the whole idea.
Yeah.
And still, the scientists are working on why do we get 6174? Or in the earlier case, which when we worked with our 3 digit numbers, why do we get 495? One of the reason or the explanation here is that when you do take up any number and subtract from greatest to lowest, then you kind of see wild swings, right? And these swings, they actually land up to this number. So when we were doing the subtraction, especially in the 4 digit numbers, you saw sometimes the numbers were very high and sometimes 0.55. I mean, kind of very low. You get the idea?
Yeah.
So those were the wild swings. But if you continue this process, you crystallize to something, and that is so beautiful, right? Like all crystals are.
Yeah.
495 for a 3 digit number and 6174. The Kaprekars constant is 6174. Right. So we'll end our class here today. But before that, I would like to have your reflection on what you understood from this kind of mathematics, which does not involve any formula, but which gives you so much insight into our own number system. So, Anne, what do you think? What did you learn today?
So I learned that so in a 3-digit number, any random number, you would take the highest and the lowest number, subtract them, and then like keep on doing that. And then you would get 495, which is like shocking because like any random number would get you that one particular number. It's like, okay, why doesn't it give you any other numbers? Well, I mean, yeah, it does give us numbers, but then when you like keep on doing it, you'll end up with one particular number.
Is 495.
Addition and subtraction.
So let me tell you that this particular book, which I am writing, is for junior students, where in grade 3 and 4, normally they are doing addition and subtraction with 3 and 4 digit numbers. So, Anne, what do you think they will feel when they get this kind of an activity to do?
I feel like they'd be really excited because, like, as grade three and fours, they'd be very curious, but to see, okay, this three-digit number, okay, like you can take a number, two digits not the same, but then the three-digit number, you take the highest number that you can get, and then the lowest, and then subtract and keep going. So like
Yeah.
do that a lot of times. And the funny part is, I'm in grade seven. I haven't learned this. When I was in grade three, I'm pretty sure if I was in grade three, I would be trying this like five or six times
Correct.
just to see if it would work.
Yeah, even with four-digit numbers, 6174, you land up. Even when you land up at 6174, you won't believe that it is true, and you're going to try with many numbers. And that way, it is going to be a fun exercise for our children in junior schools to practice, learn, and understand how the numbers behave and how interesting these numbers can be, right? It's a kind of discovery.
Yeah.
And they can play this as a game with their friends, even with their parents. Like, let's do this and see what do we land up. I'm already telling you the answer. The answer is 6174.
Or it could be like a mysterious game. So I have a number. Whoever figures out um what the number is the winner.
Yes. So after doing this iteration for let's say 7 times, the number which you land with is 6174. Let's test it out. That would be interesting exercise, correct?
Yeah.
Because maximum it takes 7 iterations to get to this number. In our first case, we were lucky to get it in the third iteration, third repetition. That was great. Tell me, how did you find this exercise of finding the greatest number, lowest number, adding, subtracting, and things like this?
I found this really interesting for many reasons. One, because this kind of topic, they don't teach it in school. So if they did, I feel like students would become more engaged. Like as a younger student, they would like start calculating, okay, this number would equal this. Okay, then they would start to be like, okay, this is like so interesting. Also, in addition, this would have probably never been taught for me in school
Yeah.
as I'm learning. The only thing they teach in school is okay, addition and subtraction. This is how you add, this is how you subtract, borrow, regroup.
I love that spirit. So, the whole idea of doing all these exercises is to get that spirit of math and to enjoy it and to wonder. And that's what you have gained, and I'm so happy about it. And I feel that if such things are introduced in school, the students will really be inspired by math. And that's the whole objective, inspired by math and by the mathematicians, great mathematicians like D.R. Kaprekar.
Exactly, because like many students, they find math as something that's not really like their favorite.
Yeah,
But if they did include like these stories about people who have actually created this, because I feel like people should know about him because he's
yes,
so great,
yeah.
right? So they should know about him, and then they'll find math more interesting and like be more engaged in it.
I love that point, storytelling and learning. And that's another key issues which we should include in our math curriculums, especially at junior levels, right? So I appreciate what you are saying. Great thoughts, and I really thank you for such beautiful thoughts. So with that, let's end our lesson. Today's lesson on how do we subtract four-digit numbers and land up at 6174. That's so nice.
And three-digit numbers and end up at 495.
Great. Okay, then. Bye for now. Thank you.
Bye.
All the best.
Now it's your turn to think boldly, explore patterns, and ask powerful questions. With every video, we'll guide you step by step. Because math is not just what you learn, it's how you think. Inspired by Math is for curious minds, creative thinkers, and junior mathematicians ready to explore the world with numbers. Whether you're a student, a parent, or a passionate educator, this journey is for you.